Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to Day2. In last video, we have talked about what is AI, and we have looked into different kind of AI, how we use it in our day-to-day life. Today, we are going to go one more deeper, and we'll try to understand a lot of different jargons that are getting used today in our day-to-day world, especially under the AI, like what is generative AI, machine learning, deep learning, data science. I hope you all would have heard this term, right? And interchangeably, they are getting used in various use cases and our business. That's how the thing is. So today we are going to go and look into more deep into what is these terms, how they are different from each other, and then how these things really work. Okay. So let's start with today's video. So I hope you remember the AI. Don't get confused with the AI because AI is a much more broader term and the world, and we'll again go back to the AI in the end of the video. So things will make more sense. Okay, let's start. The first thing is data science. What is data science? The data science is all about extracting insights from the data and solve business problems. That's how the data science came, right? Where it started more understanding the data and then trying to infer the meaningful information that is there from the data. Like, for example, an e-commerce company analyze the customer's behavior, right, and find out what product to sell, and also they try to figure out more patterns, like what are the products that are getting sold more on weekends, what are the products they are getting sold in a particular area, like metro city, like that, right? And from where they are getting this all information, just from the data. And that's why it has been called like data is the new oil and AI is the new electricity. And what data science use? So initial, era of data science was more about using statistics, more, statistical or data based algorithms, data analysis, and using more of a data visualizations tools and building data engineering part, data pipelines, even building dashboards. That's how the initial era was there. And then it's moved into where we have more sophisticated algorithms that are getting used for doing some kind of predictions, doing some kind of forecasting, doing some kind of classifications, right? And that's how the data science has grown. So data science, in nutshell, is about finding informations from the data and taking certain actions and building systems which can help in making some better decisions with the data. That's all the data science is. Now let's go into another term that is there. What is machine learning? So you can think of machine learning is a subset of AI or a data science. Like it's kind of both, I would say still. Basically, machine learning is algorithms, different kind of algorithms that are there, which help systems to learn pattern from the data. So if they initially we used to write a lot of rules, like even it is there, like if you go for any application, like if you're filing for loan application, let's say, what they're going to do, they are going to analyze your data, like, hey, how much you're earning, how much assets you own, what kind of loan you really want to take, like, are you eligible for taking that loan? And then after that, they're going to take the final decision. So there's like a rule of chain of rules that are there, and that's what they follow. But if instead of having those rules, if we build a system which analyze the data and maybe look into some of the data which might not be there in your rule based system, because how many rules you can make, like, right? Same way, if you can build and give the data and model can learn from that data, that's what and an ML system is. One of the best example is there your Gmail, right? Everyone uses the Gmail, and if you see, Gmail automatically filters out your email. It tries to put into the bucket like your in your inbox, right? So your general emails, then promotional emails, and sometimes like, social media kind of emails that are coming up, notifications. Even it automatically, filter out your spam where they feels like these emails are spam and it puts into the spam folder. How Gmail was able to do that, right? The Netflix recommendation shows, like, based on your likings, based on your content that you watch, it is going to recommend you those shows. So that's the basic example of machine learning. So machine learning learns pattern and make predictions. What is deep learning? Again, deep learning is again a subset of ML. So in ML algorithms, what kind of algorithms you have is more statistical and mathematical based. But what is deep learning? Deep learning is again a subset of ML that uses neural networks, which is again inspired by human brains, right? It uses neural networks, which looks like, if you go, there is a, like, again, if you look into the how the neural networks work, it actually mimics how the human brain works. And once you give the data, right, there is no mathematical model or equation that is there. Basically, there are different neurons that are there, which has some kind of weights that are like, being not been trained on. But then when you give data, when you give enough evidence of data for a particular type, right? Like for example, if I'll give 100 images of a cat and 100 images of a dog, deep learning algorithms are going to extract patterns and information from both the images, and then we'll be able to learn from that. And then when you're going to give a new image, they will be able to easily classify whether this image is of a cat or a dog. That's how the deep learning work. And even if you think that's how we humans work, right? If you have not seen any cat or any image of a cat or a dog, even I won't be able to judge like what this animal looks like. I can then again try to find a pattern. If you show me a tiger, it might look like more like a cat, but then it depends. Like I cannot easily tell what it is. I might get bias because I have not seen that image before, right? So similarly, deep learning algorithms are more heavily driven by neural networks, and that's how it works. So basically, deep learning you can think of as like again specialized machine learning algorithms who are driven by neural networks and can solve a lot of complex problems because it's deep, right? That's how it is. Coming to the another world that we have just recently have seen, that is generative AI. Generative AI is a kind of specialized algorithm that can generate data in a different format like voice, text, images, and that's make it different from a basic deep learning and ML algorithms. So generative AI is being powered by large language models, which is called LLMs, right? Like for example, ChatGPT, right? It can write essay, it can write anything which is going you're going to ask. So these are the basic jargons, I think, and the words that are getting used, and I hope things would have become more clear. So in summary, data science is a very broad term that helps you to get insights from the data. Machine learning helps you to learn patterns from the data. Learning is again a specialized machine learning algorithm that uses networks to again solve the complex problem. And generative AI uses LLMs to create new content. And that's the basic difference. So that's it for the day 2. I hope you would have got the clarity between what is generative AI, what is machine learning, what is deep learning, and what is data science. Now you must be thinking, then what is AI? If you think now, if you combine all of this together and put this, AI is the biggest, like a big umbrella, and everything is inside it. Because what we have already discussed in last video, right? AI is basically a system which can mimic some of the capabilities of humans, and it might use any one or two or multiple algorithms like this to take that action. So let's take an example. The self-driving car is basically a car, like it has the same kind of functionality how car works. So basically it's an mechanical system to it, like actuators, the engine or whatever the driving force is there, the car, like everything is there. What is intelligent part is there is the system, the brain that is sitting. So there's no human who is driving. Instead of that human, let's say putting a brake at the right time, taking, the lanes properly, overtaking properly, and then deciding when to take overtake, when to stop, whether it's a green light, whether some pedestrian is there or not, whether it's how at what speed the car is going, in front of you, right? Like all these decisions, basically, it is taking input by different sensors that are there on that car. It takes that input. Different algorithms are there. Like some algorithm might be analyzing the speed. Some algorithms will be analyzing data that is coming from different sensors, right? And then they are taking decisions. So that is an AI system. Now there could be thousands of lakhs of algorithms that might be driving that AI system, right? And one algorithm can be ML, another can be deep learning, another one could be generative AI. So that's how the AI system is being built, by using all these different components under the AI. So I hope you have got some understanding about the AI, data science, machine learning, generative AI, deep learning. And yeah, welcome to the world of AI. If you like this video, please subscribe and like this video and the channel. Thank you. See you tomorrow.